Hi, friends. Happy Friday. It's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this is my little dog, Miss Ellie. She's actually just Ellie, but sometimes I call her Miss Ellie, my Yorkshire Terrier. So let's make sure I'm live today. Um, Okay, it looks like we're cooking. It looks like we're on this Friday. A wonderful Friday here in San Diego County. It is actually very cool, which is unusual. Very unusual for San Diego. Um, and it's wonderful. It's not 80, it's below 80. I think maybe it got to 81 today, possibly, but not not much. Not usually it's like 100 degrees. Hi, Tammy, Roz, good to see you. Polly, Margaret Gordon from Australia, Polly from North Carolina. Good to see you guys. Happy Friday. I always say this, but I always do like Friday. It's nice because then we know we have a day off after, right? We have Saturday off and Sunday off from regular things. So I have been busy, crazy busy here with all my stuff going on, shares and classes, getting ready, the Faith Creations classes to go out. I've had friends and team members coming over to help me sort, cut, package, etc. Hello, Marcia Long. Hi, Margaret Paddington. He has an owl? What happened? Yeah, she's got her pink bow. What's up with Paddington, Margaret? Let us know. That's your baby. Linda, good to see you on this Friday afternoon. Yeah, so I've been just crazy busy with people coming over to help so I can get all these out. Renee, good to see you. Paddington has a cream vow and Tegan a red bow. Oh, bow. Oh, great. They have bows. I see. A cream bow, and Tegan has a red bow. I love that. I love that, Margaret. Post a picture. We'd all love to see. We all like to see that kind of stuff. Of course we do. So, one thing I need to say is that it's Fun Fold Friday. Remember, I told you guys after I got back from backstage with all those fun folds. Oh, good. Okay, good, Margaret, that we're going to do Fun Fold Friday, and I have a beautiful card for you today. I showed it to my team. I made it for them, and they made theirs along with it at our team get together earlier this week, and they loved it. And so I'm excited to show the card to you. Right, Ellie? She hears noises outside. Ann Sosson, good to see you from West Virginia. Good to see you. So let's get started so we have enough time. I'm going to put Ellie down, and I want to make sure. Oh, thank you. Yes, happy Friday to all the creative stampers. That's right. We are creative stampers. Okay, I want to get started with our news. And the news is we talked a lot about these on Wednesday. At my live on Wednesday, the special release, 5 different papers. I showed them one sheet by sheet. So if you did not get to see that, go back and take a look at that Wednesday live just a little bit below here on Marcia, good to see you from Southeast Michigan on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, it's just the previous video. Go just look at the beginning. Lori Mantovi, good to see you, because I want you to see these beautiful papers. We do have some papers, not these, but some papers have already sold out, and they're being reordered. So some are not available now, but all of these are available, and they are so beautiful. So go in under online exclusives and you'll see these, or I think you can search on the Stampin' Up! Website for special release, and you can see these. They're gorgeous. I really am loving that tartan plaid, I think it's called. So that's a beautiful one. And these have several Christmas papers. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Roz, good to see you. Roz, we already saw Roz. North American Auto Show is on television. You're interested in the formal fashions, says Marcia. Ah, I might have to check that out. My husband was in the car business for 30 years. I don't know if you guys know that. He was a salesman, and then he was, hi, Kay, and then he was a manager and ordered cars for a multi-dealership company. So that's what he did for a business. And I was a paralegal for 30 years. First a legal secretary before they had paralegals, and then I was a paralegal for attorneys. So Roz, how many of us ordered the Halloween bundle that makes the treat bag? I hope you did, because it's so cute. I hope you guys did. Thank you, Roz. That treat bag we made the other day on Wednesday, that was fun. I've got him over here. Okay, next thing to announce is don't forget, mark your calendars for the World Card Making Day. They're calling it here Virtual Card Making Event at Stampin' Up. So what it is because it's World Card Making Day all over the world, Stampin' Up is having a virtual event. And I got the times. It is 2 to 5 p.m. Mountain Time. It's absolutely free. And you can register, customers and also demonstrators can register, even though you don't need to be registered to watch it on that day. It's maybe I didn't tell you the day, October 7th. Thank you, Marcia and Linda. Lori worked at a car dealer for 7 years in accounting. Okay, yeah, that's my husband was right in there. So regarding World Card Making Day, I recommend that you register, even though it's free, but that way I'm pretty sure they'll send you the direct link to it on that day, on October 7th. It's a Saturday. And it's just a few hours, just 3 hours. And you can have friends over, a friend over, a family member over, and just make cards together. And it's really fun. And the flyer that I have says that they are going to use 3 different bundles that are from the annual catalog: Circle Sayings, Earth and Textures, and Heartfelt Hexagon. Those are bundles they're going to be using during World Card Making Day. So if you have those bundles, you can pull them out and use them. They always have good card makers on there and good samples, right, for us to see. So that's one announcement. And then my last announcement is my September host code. That number in the pink is the host code. You put it in when you place an order of $75 or more, and I see that you've put that number in, and I will send you a free package of iridescent adhesive backed discs after the end of September, and I would love to do that. Okay, Marcia, I worked on the line with the rest of the guys at GM. Oh, your husband Steve worked there for 30 years. You for 18 months, and then there was a big layoff and you had 2 girls. Yeah, the car business can be very good. It was very good to our family. My husband did really well. It was a different day and time, though. I'm not quite sure how it is nowadays, but it was a good career for him, and my being a paralegal was a good career for me. And I stayed home for 14 years when I had my 2 children, and then went back. And in the legal field, things don't change that fast like in the car business. So I was able to go right back. I got a job right away. Of course, again, a different day and time. And I went right back to work when my kids were in high school and worked some more. And now I'm having fun. Now that I'm retired, I am having fun. We are having fun together, aren't we? Okay, let's turn our camera down, and I have a new little thing today. It might do something new. Let me see. Okay, I don't know. Oh gosh. Okay, here it is. This is what I was looking for. It's not new. Sorry. I was playing around and there was something new, but then it reverted. Okay, the card we're going to make today, you've probably seen, you might have seen, the fun fold is called the Flying Seagull, but we're going to make it with beautiful new Stampin' Up products. And I'm going to show you exactly how to make it. I'm going to give you your measurements. So if you want to pull out a piece of paper and jot down the measurements, it's much easier. I never thought that I could make this. I looked at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you do that? And it's not that hard. And like I said, the gals on my team really enjoyed watching, and they're already making their own. So this is the one I want to show you today. I'm going to tell you this was, I don't know if it was developed by Susan Campfield, another demo, or if she's the one that made it popular with Stampin' Up. I'm not sure. But I want to give credit to her because that's the pattern that I saw. And I love, love, love these papers, and I just checked, and all of these papers are currently available if you like them. It's all from the Joy of Noel suite, and what we're going to use today. And you know, that is what I always say to people. Let me see if I can find the Joy of Noel suite. Is that when you use the products that Stampin' Up gives us, and the papers and everything, they match so beautifully. Let me see, it's on, okay, it looks like, is it page 15? 29. Okay, page 29 in the catalog. This is the beautiful suite. And check out these gorgeous cards that they have made. We're not using the dies today, we're just using the stamp set because we're doing the fun fold. But it has actually two stamp sets. I only got this one, this bundle, stamp set and dies. These, quite a few embellishments are back ordered. People love embellishments. So that one is not currently available. This, you might think it's a new ribbon, but that it's an old ribbon, but it's not. It's a new black and very vanilla, and it has a beautiful little border. So that's part of the suite. And these are the two papers that we're going to use today, along with that stamp set. And these papers are absolutely gorgeous. Let me pull them over so that I can show you. I wanted to show you the whole sheets so that you can see how beautifully they go together. I think maybe those are the directions. It's going up and down correctly. But look at those papers, you guys. They are spectacular, absolutely spectacular. This I love, and it's real red and cherry cobbler, so you could use either one or both. Yes, Linda, they are gorgeous. This one we're going to use just a little bit of beauty. So these two are from specialty paper that goes with the bundle, and it's called Joyful Specialty Paper. That's a lovely name for paper. I love this one with the gold and the berries. And then this is the standard designer series paper, and it is called Joy of Christmas. Okay, and together they just look so pretty. So let's get started. Let's take a look at our sample again. You see how the papers just blend. This is where that gold kind of wood look is, that kind of bark look is just a little background there. And I've stamped in Real Red. We're going to do this stamping too. Now I'm going to tell you the one fun thing about this card. You might think it takes a lot of paper. You can make the card, not counting the designer series paper, with one sheet of cardstock. Okay, one sheet of cardstock, and I'm going to show you how. We're going to cut it together. So you've got your pencils ready. The reds in the papers, yes, they are beautiful, Marcia. Hello, Cheryl, good to see you. So, okay, we start out, we already know half of our standard 8.5 by 11 cardstock is 5.5 if we're going to cut it horizontally or landscape. So what we do is we just cut it, and you could do this right along with me if you have paper in your trimmer. That's what the ladies did the other night at our team get together. And so just cut it in half. Okay, that's easy to begin with. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna cut two 5.5 by 5.5 pieces. So you know it's already 5.5, then you turn it on the side and cut it 5.5 again. So you're going to end up with two 5.5 inch squares. And that's how you start the card. just like that. And then you save your leftover pieces because those, we're going to use those. Now, we'll score it, and then I'm going to show you a little template that I have that's going to hopefully give you a little more of a vision for how it works. And maybe some of you have made this. Allison, the papers look familiar. Allison has been helping me with my paper shares. She cut all my paper shares for me, you guys. She is amazing, and I needed help, and I am so thankful to Allison. So bravo, thank you, Allison. Those are ready. Now I'm going to do the ribbons on my own, but that doesn't take very long. So, okay, let's get back to our card. So we have one 5 by 5, 5.5 by 5.5 inch square, and now you want to write down the scoring measurements. So we're going to score first at 2, and then we're going to score at 3.5. like this, and then we're going to score at 5. Okay, and we're going to do that on both of our 5.5 inch square pieces. So let's do it again. 2, 3.5, and I've got the measurements right in front of me so I don't forget, and 5. 3 scores. Okay. So now I'm going to take my bone folder, and we're going to burnish these folds. Right now it doesn't really matter which direction because they kind of go different directions to make that fun little seagull. So as long as we get them burnished, that's the main thing. That'll help the card lay down. Mine's popped up. As much as I burnished it, it still is a little, it likes to pop up. The little seagull likes to pop up. So I'm just burnishing these lines, our score lines, and then I'm going to show you the template. It was very sweet, Linda. I have very dear friends, sweet team members, and I thank Allison very much. Okay, now let's take a look at the template. Here's the template, and I just made it out of white to show you. This is just the basic template. You can decorate it any way you want, but this is what the template looks like, and this is what I wanted to show you. Here is, so this is the vertical rectangle on the front, but then each side is one of these 5.5 inch squares that we just scored. Check that out. Look at that. See how that works? Can you see that little 1/2 inch right up there? That is important because basically what we do is we just attach that 1/2 inch, and the rest of the square is flipping and flopping around. Okay, that's one of the wings. And then what you do is you just turn it over and you attach the other one just right there on that 1/2 inch mark, on that 1/2 inch portion, and that is what makes your card. So that's how it does that. I hope that helps you. That helped me. Just knowing that in my mind really helped me. Okay, and then all you do is fold your scored lines where they belong. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on to our rectangular piece. So let's see, the rectangular front panel is 3, and it might even be just already perfect. Yep, it's 3 by 5.5. That is perfect. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to cut our diamond that's on the front, the diamond right here, from the other panel, and that is 3 by 3. So we already know it's 3 across, so we're just going to cut it 3 inches here. And this is all we have left from the one sheet of cardstock. I'm just going to get that out of the way. So these are the 4 pieces that make the card. Okay. You had to take baby Enzo outside. He rings a bell on the door handle to go potty. Oh my gosh, that is so cute, Marcia. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have taught that to Ellie. Okay, now this is the tricky, not tricky, but it's just the part where you need to really pay attention. And so what I like to do is I really want to know where the middle is. And I forgot to get my little marker out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ruler, and you can see that that is 3 inches. And let me get a black, I don't have a pencil, I'm going to have to use a black pen. So I'm going to put a mark, this is going to be the back side so nobody's going to see it, a little mark at 1.5 right there. And then I'm going to turn it around and put another little mark at 1.5 on the top. Let me see, just like this. And then I'm going to draw a line between the 2 marks. I have to get my head up in there to see what I'm doing here. Okay, and that should be, looks a tad bit crooked, but I think it's okay. That should be the middle. That's the middle of the rectangle. Can you see that? There's your mark. Okay, so now what we do is we come in and we glue just this 1/2 inch piece and have it, let's see, we want it, the fold of it to come right up against that line. Okay, so that's how it works, is it's almost a little bit backwards. So the little 1/2 inch piece goes that direction and you pull the fold right up next to that line. So what we want to do is put our glue here, and I watched, I don't know, I think I watched this, one of these, I don't know if I watched a video or what I did, but it takes a few times to kind of get the hang of it. So we're just going to put that right up so that it kind of really gets right on that line. That's the mark of the 1/2 of the rectangle. Okay, so all we have glued is this 1/2 inch piece, just like that. So there's one wing of the seagull. And then we take our other piece and we do the same thing. And so we're going to fold this little guy in. This little piece, fold it in and put it down. And then we're going to press it right up next to that and glue it. I hope this is making sense to you guys, because it's really easy once you learn it, and it's easy to do, and it's so cute. Okay, so then we're going to press that right up next to the other one, even amount, press them together, and just hold for a few minutes. So basically the 1/4 inch is folded down and glued on each side. And let's just give that a few minutes to dry. Okay, so there are the 2 wings. Pretty cool, huh? You put them backwards a couple times, Marcia. But so no problem though with your folds, because you just, it doesn't matter about your folds because you just put them the way you want them to be. And that's the way they go, is in, I think, in and in. Like, no? Yeah, is that right? Okay. In and out. Yeah. So that that's the way your very back looks. It just takes a few minutes to figure that out. That isn't hard though. So, and you know, one thing I love about this card, here's what I love, is, you know, when you get a really pretty card, you like to stand it up when you get a beautiful Christmas card. And this is what I like about this, is that you can stand it right up. And so somebody could display it on their mantle or their table and really show it off, because it's so pretty you want to show it off. I'm just kind of pressing that down, and that's okay. That's going to be covered. Okay, there we go. Now let's decorate it. And I went ahead and pre-cut. This is the envelope for the one I did. I put these cute little holly leaves in the corner. But I've gone ahead and cut all of our papers. So this one, and that's why it's important to know, get your folds right before you start gluing. So this is the front of your card. And this piece is going to go on here. Every single piece. I have the measurements. I'll post them on my blog and also I'll post them on YouTube underneath the video. So for the DSP, because meaning designer series paper, it's just 1/4 of an inch in from this. So the designer series paper here, this is a 2-inch mark. Hi Cindy, good to see you. Love your front porch, girl. She posted a real pretty picture of her front porch that I love. So this is a 2-inch, if you remember from our scoring. And so the designer series paper is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to put, and I'm going to go ahead and put my white piece in. It's basic white cardstock. Whoops. And we can stamp after it's glued. I don't always do that, but we can do it this time, because then I know kind of how I want to stamp. And what I'm going to do is actually turn this over a little like this. Whoops. And we'll just put the white one right in there. You can then write on this, or you could put a white piece and write on the back. This we don't cover because it comes behind the panel. And so we'll do the same thing on the other side. So again, if you're taking notes, the designer series paper panel is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, and the little white piece is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And you're gonna be the wonderful, people are gonna just go gaga over your card if you make one of these. They're just going to love it, because it really is a spectacular card, especially when you use beautiful papers like these. I think it even looks better. Okay, so we've got these like this, and now we're kind of almost there. We just have to all we have to do is do our front piece. So that's the wings of the seagull. I think it's supposed to go kind of like this, like a seagull, like that, I guess. I don't know for sure. All right, now we've got this piece, and we're going to cover the front rectangle with this beautiful berry and gold paper. The front panel is 3 by 5 1/2, and our designer series paper is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. Now for the paper that is foily like this, it has nothing on the back. It's very it's thinner, okay, and glue will show through, in my experience. Maybe not in yours, but in mine, glue will show a bump, and I don't want to see a bump. So I don't use seal all that much, but I do use it when I'm working with foil. So I'm going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus. That's the one that I like because it holds tighter. And here in Southern California, we have dry weather, and when I use regular seal, I find that it will loosen. So I want to use the Seal Plus. And then I'm just going to put this down. Oops, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. That's my allergy sneeze. 2 times. And see, then when you do that, you don't have any glue marks on your beautiful, beautiful paper. That's why I use the Seal Plus. All right, so our card is getting done more and more. Now let's work with our stamped piece. Now let me see here. What did I do with that? Oh, here we go. Okay. Here's our first rectangle that we cut when we cut our designer series paper. Excuse me, our cardstock. And this square is 3 by 3. And then we're going to put on some of this beautiful bark looking gold. And again, I'm going to put it on with Seal Plus. This time I'm just going to do 3 pulls across. And then we'll get this kind of centered right on there. And of course the designer series paper then is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then we're going to stamp our little basic white cardstock square. And I'm going to be, this is 2.5 by 2.5 basic white cardstock. I'm using Real Red, and I'm using the stamp that says Noel. And I have extra squares in case I make a boo-boo. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Marcia. And Cindy. You guys are so cute. Okay, so we're going to stamp Noel on it, and let me check. You know what I did is, because it's going to go at an angle like this, it's going to be a diamond, right? We're going to do it at an angle on the paper. And again, if it doesn't come out right, I can do it again. As far as if I don't like exactly, I want it to be at the perfect angle. So let's see here. Okay, that looks pretty good. And let's put it on here and see. That's pretty good, isn't it? I think we'll leave it. Okay, and now I'm going to put the little holly leaves. I forgot. Here's the little stamp with the cute little holly leaf stamp. It's really cute. Let me show you. And I think I put one like this. Isn't that just cute? And one on the other side. You could use gems. I just didn't. I thought this little leaf was too cute. Okay. And then this little guy, we're going to pop up with Stampin' Dimensionals. But first, I think while we have the ink out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp these two panels here with the little leaf. And I got a little bit of ink on my acrylic block there. I'm just going to get that off. And we'll just go ahead and stamp a couple of little leaves right on like that. Just like that. It really is a simple little card to make with a big wow factor. That's what I would say, is easy to make, big wow. And the little holly is a bit understated. It's just what you need for a card with such gorgeous paper and so forth. And then we're just going to stamp the envelope. That means I'm rocking my stamp. That's how you get the ink on your block. So I guess I'm in a rocking mood. So we'll just put a couple of little holly leaves there, and then we're all done with our stamping. Just a little bit of subtle stamping. Okay, we're almost done. So all we have to do now is put our Noel on, our sentiment, with a Stampin' Dimensionals. And I think I'm just going to actually put one toward each corner, not super close. Thank you, Tammy. And we're just going to get this on like this, and then we'll put the entire thing on the front of the card with dimensionals also. Okay. And then we'll just, let's see, let's close the card a little bit and see exactly. That is the little trick, is we kind of want the little points to be in the center, don't we? Let's do that same method again, the 4 dimensionals. And so you do need to concentrate a little bit when you're putting the diamond on. The square that's turned in the diamond shape, the diamond direction or something, however you want to say that. Okay, so we want to try to get it equal from top to bottom, equal from left to right. I think that looks pretty good, and we'll just pop that on. And there's our card with our cute envelope. Isn't that just darling? I love this. I think it's so much fun. And just imagine, you know, sending a card like this to a friend, and they have it on their mantle or something. I think it would really make anybody happy. It's kind of a special card. You wouldn't make 100 of them or anything, but you would make some for your special friends. And if you wanted to, you could add a couple more pieces of basic white cardstock on the back to write on. But this gives you a little bit of space, and it fits perfectly right in your envelope. Let's turn the envelope correctly. It fits correct and right in our standard envelopes. Marcia, yeah, I think it's the paper that is stunning. That is, again, that's what Stampin' Up does, is their coordination is unparalleled, really, because you use the ink, you use the cardstock, and you use the paper, and you have a beautiful product. And all of this is available, at least it was when I looked right before I came on. All of these papers and this stamp set and the die set, everything is available, even though I will use the dies another time. So the prize for today, you know, when you're putting prize for today, and we'll award it next Friday, is your prize is going to be this card plus the envelope plus a white template and directions handwritten by me. So that's the prize for next week. So if you want that, put the word prize. I know sometimes it's easier for me to look at a card and I can measure the parts and copy better than looking at just directions. So you can get 16 3x3 pieces from that gold. Wow. So you could make 16 cards for your friends. It would take some paper. Night Divine. Night Divine is, the paper is out, the ribbon is out, the trinkets are out. But for those of you who signed up, I'm going to come back. For those of you who signed up for my Night Divine class, I have it all. It's all back here. I've got it all. When I ordered in the middle of the night, it was all available. I know I didn't run out the stock, but I did get quite a few. Okay, let's award a prize for today. The prize for today, you all loved the fun fold we made last Friday, which was the fall one that you guys really liked, this one. And so this is the card. It's a joy fold, and this is the prize. Plus I'm adding in several other cards, 3 other of my cards. So you're going to get, and each one has an envelope to coordinate. So that's the prize for today. And our winner is, we had quite many of you who put prize, and the random number generator came up with Ann Sawson. I saw Ann on here earlier. So Ann, congratulations. You're going to get this little packet of cards from me, and I'm probably going to be sending them out. I'm going to work on it over the weekend. I'm going to be doing some mailing on Monday. So Ann, congratulations. And if you guys want to win this one next week, just put the word prize, and you'll be in the random drawing for the prize. Okay, you guys, it is so great to see you. Happy Friday. If you don't have your fall decorations out, I'm getting mine out this weekend. Let's put them up. And I also want to make a little banner out of some of our cute stamps. I'm going to work on that too. So I'll see you guys